Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Recently, Duolingo changed the term UX design to product experience design at their organization. And I realized that essentially a lot of people don't know of all the new specializations that are coming out in the UX design field, areas which you can gain special skills for and get into. And the demand for such skills are higher, but the people who have these skills are lower. So you have a lot of growth potential in these new areas of specialization. Today I have noted down 4 such areas of specialization. I'll share what it is and how it is used in the industries, how you can learn skills specifically for that field. And also I'll share resources to kind of start learning courses, etc. for each one of these as well, so you don't feel like you might miss out on something. All right, let's not waste time, let's get into it. Okay, so the first term is called AX design. Agent experience design. You almost thought this is AI experience, but agent, when we talk about agent experience, I mean artificial intelligence agent experience. That's a mouthful. This term was recently brought to the limelight. The founder of Netlify, you might know, is a famous software company. This term, of course, comes from the emergence of artificial intelligence, specifically agentic era of artificial intelligence. What is agentic era, or what are AI agents? AI agents are tools that conduct certain tasks, certain essential tasks or certain mediocre tasks on a day-to-day basis on your behalf. So, for example, Google is spending millions of dollars currently building a AI bot that can navigate Google Chrome, search for things on your behalf, go to different websites, show you different results, even compare different websites or compare different results, all happening in front of you as if you were working the computer, but it's not you touching the trackpad or the mouse. It's literally the AI agent doing that task on your behalf. Similarly, on day-to-day, there are actual mobile AIs where these AI agents call certain companies on your behalf. So if you, for example, want to do a restaurant booking, you can call out the AI and say, hey, can you book this restaurant for tomorrow at 8 p.m. for a date of mine for 2 people? And this person, this AI agent, will actually call the restaurant on your behalf, communicate almost in a human voice, and make you feel like you have an assistant, almost like a human assistant. Yes, this is the next rising industry in AI. AX designed as defined by this wonderful gentleman who owns Netlify, that these agents also have somewhat of an experience. So essentially, we're creating user experiences for that agent, as if that agent was a real human being. So we're trying to figure out how that agent works, how it reacts to certain things, how it gives feedback or receives feedback, all of that good stuff. So there's a whole row of research that can be done for these agents itself. What kind of skills does AX demand? We have an understanding of what AX is, but what does it include? What kind of skills do we have to go or learn? So would be to understand the tech behind this AI. So if you are unaware of how this AI works or how these agents work, you will not be able to understand how to design these AI agents or design for these AI agents. Understand the APIs that go behind it. How is the AI agent opening the phone app and calling the restaurant on your behalf? Is this AI fitting in a reminder into our reminder app without us doing anything? Understanding how the agent is being able to access all this or search for all this, what's going on behind the scenes, is very crucial to understand. A guide designing for AX is really, really good. It's recently released, and I feel Google is being able to cover almost everything here. So this is definitely a must read for sure. Article by Kshitij. I think this is a very well-written article, real life article for how you can actually design AI agents for your own products, or he mentions is agents are persistent loops. That means agents constantly thinking of certain goals. So if you're giving it a certain task, that task is a goal for that AI agent. So the book published way back in 2017 that this article also mentions, it's called Agentive Technology. So when we were barely thinking about ChatGPT, this writer wrote it all. Really cool course which builds on the already existing UX design principles, so you don't have to relearn anything. It is AI agentic design patterns with AutoGen. This is by deep learning AI, and they can do the design patterns, the UX strategy that you can take. This course says you need a experience in Python, or you know how to code in Python. that would be good. So this is definitely not a UX designer centric course. It's more of a Python design centric course. But if you anyways want to learn, or if you want to learn Python, this could be a good starting point as well. Or you just look through the aspects of this course which are pertaining to UX design only. Just kind of filter it out on your own. So if you want to maybe read an article instead of reading the book, there it is, with videos, with links, with content. Go check it out. Or who is this AX design for? Now, AX design, as you've already seen, isn't a very separate skill. It's more of a skill built over the existing UX principles. So UX principles for humans, then UX principles for agents. So it's just figuring things out and understanding the AI agent as a user instead of humans as a user. What kind of person should get into this? Number one, you should have an interest in AI in general. Of course, that goes without saying. Just for how things are built behind the scenes. So if you're someone who's maybe into coding, you know Python and stuff like that, these courses will be easy to take. And you can also do creating your own AI agent. Once again, there are no-code tools to do this as well. So you don't have to be a programmer, but being a programmer, that would be a plus. Then, of course, third one would be someone who is more into the why and what of things, rather than someone who's always researching or always wondering about human thinking and things like that. That person might fit better in UX research for actual humans and users. But once again, if you're more of a techie, then I think this is really cool for you. And fewer people are in this field right now. This is still up and coming. I've put it down in my notes. My notes are basically just one-liners, so don't think I'm a sophisticated human here. But VUI, vocal user interfaces, or voice user interfaces, verbal user interfaces. Oh, so many terms in one, but I would say these people are called voice designers. So I'm sure you guys already use something like Hey Google, Okay Google, maybe triggered some of your phones as well, or Hey Alexa. Nope, it's been out there in the world for years now. So this is not a new career path, but a specialization under UX. This has become way more important now because of AI bringing their own voice models. So you can actually speak to AI on a daily basis. With the agentic era, speaking is going to be much easier than actually typing things out or searching for things. Because here you're not generating anything. Here you're not searching for anything. Here an agent is doing something, so you're probably going to talk with the agent. So the voice uses are going to be more important here. How to become a voice designer, a great blog by Career Foundry. This thing I should cover in this video, but I'm too lazy for that. So here is the article. I'll have a link in the description, but let me kind of summarize this article in case you're lazy too and you don't want to read. Number one, you will have to have UX knowledge. UX knowledge is the base. Okay, that doesn't go away with any of these skills. Have this prowess for non-visual design as well. So want to design for voice, where literally the user is not interacting with the screen. Most probably it's on like a third-party device. It's more of a conversational user interface. This article also points out a challenge in learning VUI. Error rate of VUI is much higher than an error rate of a normal user interface. So if the user is making 5 errors out of 100 times on a normal UI, that user might make 50 mistakes on the VUI or the voice interface. This could come because of issues with language, words that the VUI doesn't understand, accents. I have an accent, you might have another accent, you might have a German accent, you have a Dutch accent, you could have any accent, and the VUI has to work with those accents as well. And of course, every human being uses words differently. To get into this, remember there's going to be a lot of headaches when it comes to the challenges that you face with the errors that the users make. Also, now with AI becoming smarter and voices, of course, now becoming smarter as well, AI decipher things differently now. So if someone says something, the AI might perceive it as something else. So that becomes an error rate as well. So if the AI makes an error and the human makes an error, that's going to be a headache. Now the world is now also becoming voice first. So a lot of AI tools are becoming voice first if they're on the phone specifically as well. Then Alexa is a lot of smartwatches are voice commands. And of course, those AI assistants that just plug onto your t-shirts and clips and stuff like that. So a lot of things are now becoming voice first. That is why the demand has increased for this. Really cool thing is that you guys can actually try a tool that I used to use back in the day. I actually gave 1 or 2 conferences based on this, and I created tutorials back in the day. I can't find it, don't ask me now. But voice user interface, it's called Voice Flow. And it's much like Webflow or Framer, but for voices. So you just tie in commands together. You can tie in different interfaces and literally play it out like you would with Siri or OK Google. So these things actually will work without code. So you don't even need to learn how to code. This is a good resource for you to try and test it out and for you to practice VUI. How do you get into VUI? There are 1 or 2 very good videos. One from the article I just mentioned and 1 or 2 others from YouTube. I will mention it here as well in the description. So again, voice user interface is very similar to UX. You don't have to learn a very specific skill, but it does pertain, certain skills are there, like you have to have better testing skills and testing abilities. And now you also have to have understanding of AI. Are you a VUI designer? Let me know in the comments if you're one. Last but not the least is sustainable UX design. This is going to be a tricky one because you'll say, hey, it's just UX design for sustainable products. And technically, yeah, all it is. I could literally end the video now, but there are certain aspects of sustainable UX design that you need to learn about and that I want to mention with. So Design Lab actually has an entire go through on this article in 22, more latest topic, latest area. So the definition is simple. Build user experiences that reduce the impact on the environment over its life cycle of the product. So things like energy consumption, things like material used in the hardware. So UX designers will now have to get into how the hardware works as well. Is that leaving an impact on the environment? I am passionate about this field, so I think that's very close to my heart. So there are certain new principles that have risen for this sustainable area of UX design. One is efficiency and minimalism, which means literally reducing the loads of the server. So how many times does your call an API or make a call to the servers to retrieve data or to retrieve information? How much is stored on the phone without consuming extra power, and how much is stored on the servers? How are literally things like page load time? So you could literally save tons of carbon emission just by reducing the page load time. So if the page takes 3 seconds to retrieve something from the servers and another page takes 10 seconds, which will save more carbon or carbon emission? You probably have guessed it right, the lower number, of course. So now the sustainability is attached to the actual load time. This is really cool. The article mentions everything. Go read about it, learn about it. This will become a field of concern. So having a specialization on this or just understanding this concept is going to put you up above everyone here. So like if there's competition, this could be an area that companies are looking for from its UX designers. So 3 new areas I thought I should bring up. Of course, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next week. Until next time, take care. Happy Holi. God bless.